So let's do some business first. So I do have, I am doing customer rewards. So you have, if your order is from stampinup.com using my current host code, which can be found on my website, www.carolbcrafts.com. If it's a $50 order retail before shipping and tax, you'll get the heart pearls from me. If your order is $75 retail before shipping and tax, and that's going to be easy to do with all the things that are on sale right now with the retiring sale that's going on, you'll get free shipping from me. And what I do is I refund you through PayPal your shipping cost if your order is $75 or more. Okay, and if your order is $100 retail or more, you get not only the heart pearls, but you also get free shipping. So that's the deal. Today we're going to be working on this simple card. This is with the Sending Smiles bundle, and this is in the new annual catalog, and it's sold as a bundle. You can buy them individually if you buy the dies, which these are the dies. If you buy those with the stamps, then you get is it 10%? You save 10%. So I've got my stamps all ready here on my big block. This is the F block. So got my stamps ready. So let's just go ahead and dive in. And this is a 8.5 by 5.5 thick basic white. I'm finally getting used to saying basic white instead of the other one we used to sell, which I'm not going to say because then I'll get it in my brain and I'll never get it out again. So this is a horizontal landscape card, so it's going to go this way like that. We have some petal pink for the front and the inside, and those are, we have one that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's going to go on the front here. So petal pink 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Let's just go ahead and put that on our front. And then on the inside is 4 by 5 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. Petal pink. This would be an easier card, I think, to make for if you had to make a lot. Okay, and then this paper actually comes from the Tea Boutique paper, I believe is what it's called. Tea Boutique. It's somewhere in my craft room. I have no idea where. Now we have this paper that's gorgeous. Like I said, it's in the tea something. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 5, and that would actually look pretty good like that, wouldn't it? But we're going to use this side. 3 3/4 by 5 DSP for our front. And it's going to, whoops. It's going to go on a piece of sweet sorbet, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. There we go. Jumped ahead of myself, didn't I? That's going to go on top there. So I'm not sure what that's doing in there. It's not supposed to be in there. So this is a piece of white, basic white cardstock. I die cut that with the stitched rectangles dies. This one right here, the largest long rectangle die. If you don't have these dies but you want to make this card, all you need to do is cut a piece of basic white cardstock 1 5/8 by 3 5/8, 1 5/8 by 3 5/8, and you'll get the same thing. That's going to go on top of a piece of sweet sorbet 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, just 1/8 of an inch bigger. That's going to go on the front, so we'll be stamping on this. So let's go ahead and put that in our stamping pile. And this is the inside here, and this is 3 3/4 by 5, so we'll be stamping on that. And then this is for our outside. We've got a couple of these leaves, this leaf thing here, spriggy leaf, and then we've got some of these, 2 sweet sorbet and 1 crushed curry. We have parakeet party for these leaves, gray granite for the little dot, and then sweet sorbet for sending love and big hugs. Okay, so stamp, stamp, and stamp, and this is 2 1/2 by 5. So let's put this away and let's do some stamping, and then we'll do some die cutting. So I like to use my whatever you call that. It has been a while, hasn't it, since I've done a video. I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to blame it on brain fog. So I'll think of it in a minute. All right, so this one, let's do our sending love and big hugs. Stamparatus, that's what it is. Gosh, I can't believe I didn't remember that. All right, so I have my 4 by 6 piece of window sheet. It's just a piece of plastic, kind of thick plastic. And I'm going to grab my sending sweet sorbet and my sending smiles sending stamp. That's a nice big stamp, and it stamps really good too. And because this is photopolymer, I'm going to put a piece of tape here because it is so sticky that no matter what I do with my magnets, it still pulls up. So there we go. Even with the tape, it still pulls up. Okay. So sweet sorbet. See if I can get this more in camera over here. Ink that up. Such a pretty red. It's just so pretty. It's a blue red. So I'm not sure if I didn't push down hard enough, or maybe I didn't even ink that S up enough. There we go. Now, because this is so small, I'm going to use a piece of scratch paper and put that there on top. I put a little bit of adhesive, a little dot of adhesive there to keep that in place. And I'm going to stick this underneath. My tape ripped. Okay. And I just want to make sure that the S and the L should be about the same distance, the top of the S and the top of the L. And then this S and this G should be about the same distance from the bottom. The only thing you want to make sure is that you get it up high enough that you have room for Love and Big Hugs underneath the sending. So when you get it where you think you want it, you can put it in place with some magnets. Hold that in place. Remove your ink, your inky. Ink up your sending again. And I can see this is going to be in the way. There we go. Gently pull it up. Okay, so now we have our sending. It might look a little blotchy at first, but it'll even out nicely. So I'm going to grab my wipe, my Honest wipe, and I'm going to clean that off because I don't want to put it away inky. And it's real handy to have this block nearby. You don't have to worry about losing your stamps, and it keeps them all together. Now I want to do sending you love and sending love and big hugs. But I don't trust myself, so I'm going to use my plastic for that as well. So wipe off this red sending. Get it off my fingers because I don't want to transfer it to my card. So love and big hugs. And once it's inked up, it doesn't stick so badly to the plastic. It's just the initial, when it's sticky to sticky, that it does such a bad thing. So I still have this in place. So now just slide that under there and line that up, sending love and big hugs, just where you think it looks good. Just make sure it's level with the bottom. I can see I have ink on my fingers, so I better make sure I get that off before I start touching stuff. Okay, I'm going to ink up my love and big hugs again and put it down. Alrighty, we've got that. So that's our front piece. Okay, and now we can do the inside. Let me wipe off my love and big hugs. Red ink just seems to be always good about getting over everything. At least it seems like it to me. I'll dry that off a little bit. Okay, so this is a landscape card, so we do want it to be landscape. I will wipe off my plastic again and put it here. This time we're going to do, I left this blank because actually actually I think I'll do this with my D block. Okay, so plastic goes away. I'm still going to use my surface. So here's my flower. Here's my D block, which I love. I'm going to put that in the corner. Maybe. It doesn't want. There we go. So I need to do 2 red, 1 yellow, and then the green. So I'll start with crushed curry. So I got my flower, I got my crushed curry. I'm going to make sure that's inked up really good because I'm not going to get a second chance since I'm not using my Stamparatus. Just let it soak in a little bit. All right, clean that off. And I'm gonna put it next to the paper to dry it off. When it goes like that, when you hear that sound, that means it's ready to take the ink again. So that was crushed curry, but you could use any other yellow that you have. Sweet sorbet. And you know, while we're doing this, we should be doing, we could go ahead and be doing the flowers on here. So sweet sorbet, we got 1 and 1. Now for this one, this is I'm going to do 2 sweet sorbet, and I'm going to have to die cut these out, so I'm going to do them close together like that and wipe this off. And if I thought about it, I would have done my crushed curry one too, but I can still do that. Just grab my crushed curry, put my sweet sorbet away, and do this again. Okay, wipe that clean. Now we're going to do for the inside, we'll go back to the inside. Now we're going to do Parakeet Party, and we're going to do this. It's just one leaf, one little leaf. I'll move that out of the way so I can. This is such a pretty green. And we're going to put that there. And it will look blotchy at first, but it will do its thing and even out. Okay, so that's the inside. With that, we do have, well, we've got our green out. Go ahead and dry that off, and now we're going to do the leaves for the front. We need 2 of these leaves. Trying to decide the best way to do that. Okay, so back to the front. We're going to have 1. Oops, I got too close to that, didn't I? All right, so I'm going to have to do, let me see if I can do 1 there and 1 here. So all I need is 1 yellow flower, 2, I might do another yellow flower there because I messed up, 2 red. So here we go, clean that off. Let me do another yellow flower to clean up my mess. I messed up. Y'all never mess up, I'm sure, right? Just don't want to get too close to anything else because I do have to die cut that. Okay. Project saved. Project saved. So the last thing we need to do is, if you have a gray, I'm using gray granite, but whatever gray you have, you can use. And then that little dot, the smallest little piece of stamp I've pretty much ever seen, it goes in the center of your flowers. Let me make sure. It's hard to see if there's anything on there. It's kind of see-through. gray granite. It's kind of a pinky gray, I think. That's how I would describe it. It has some like red undertones to it. Maybe. Alright, so that's our stamping. Let's get to die cutting. So we'll put all of this away. And bring in this here. That doesn't need to be die cut, nor that. And I'll stamp something on the inside later. Right now I'm not sure. Oh, I need to do the inside of the flowers too. Oh boy. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Get my gray granite back out. I have to do the center of those flowers as well. There we go. And there. And there. That looks much better. I looked at it and I thought, what is wrong? Something's missing. The centers were missing. Now it looks better. Now we can get our cut and emboss machine. I'm looking. I can't find the. I'll have to do. I guess I'll do the mini since I can't find the plates. It's been a while since I've been in my craft room, so everything is topsy-turvy. Okay, so with the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, you have plate 1 on the bottom, then a plate 2, which this one is well loved, and then a plate 2 on top. And on this plate 2, you're going to put your dies. So the dies I have is the one that cuts the flowers and the one that cuts the little leaves. So I will put these where I think they're going to go. Using the stem is a good I'm out of camera, aren't I? Using this stem is a good way to make sure you kind of have it in a good position. Alright, so that's that. And then our first flower is going to be, I'm using my Scotch removable tape. Okay, so that's our first run. I should have been doing that on this. So it's going to go in there, and I hope it's not going to give me any trouble today. Okay, good. Now do that again a couple more times. There's one of our flowers. All right, I think we're ready to put our card together. This is going to go on the inside here, our 3 3/4 by 5, and I'll be able to stamp that later with a sentiment. It'll be thank you or something. So this is going to go on our piece of sweet sorbet, and you know this going to be a tight fit, so I'm just going to use some glue, a little bit in each corner. Because that is just a little, it's only like a 1/16 of an inch around. And that gives me a chance to move this, even it out a little bit. And also get glue on my fingers too. That's an important part of crafting, right? You have to get glue on your fingers. So this is gonna go kind of in the bottom, towards the bottom, just so you have enough room for I'm going to put one of these over here. I don't want it to go past that too much. And one over here. You don't want it to steal the show. So what shall I do? I think I'll put some towards the center here, because I'm going to be able to leave this free to push things underneath. So go back to this. Most important thing is that you get it level. Okay, it's level. So now it's ready for me to put tuck my greenery underneath. And I'm going to do that with these dots. So since this is going to go underneath, I think I will put my glue dot here. It's only going to have one glue dot. I'm going to slide that underneath, and there. So that one's in place. And this one, I'll do this glue dot in the same place. Right there. There we go. And now we have a red and yellow and red. And I put those on with mini dimensionals. I'll put the red one on first. I'm going to put it behind here. There, and then this one, and I probably could have put another one underneath there. I bet I can slide it underneath there. Except I'll have to use my take your pick tool because my fingers, it wants to stick to my finger. There. And then this one is going to go here. So mini dimensionals, I'll put a couple of them up at the top where it's not going to be on the red. There we go. And then this one, put a couple of dimensionals there on the outside of this, so it's not bulky. There we go. Now the only thing we got left to do is to put some embellishments here. And the embellishments we're going to use are in the new annual catalog, rustic metallic adhesive back dots. And this is going to be the small ones. So they come in two sizes. I'm going to use the small size there, and whoops, there, and then there. All right. Rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. All right, that's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed making that with me, and I'll be back next Wednesday with another card. Check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see what current customer reward I'm offering. Thanks, guys.